Good evening, everybody. Happy transformation training. We didn't do one last week, and so I'm ready to go tonight. I had such a great day full of amazing conversation. I have to tell you that going from working at home, like at my house with nobody else around me, like ever, into a job, a workplace that isn't just a job. It actually it just merges in with what I was already doing, or like on my own, is has been the best. And to be honest with you, I don't think I would want to work at home like by myself with nobody around anymore. And it's like my healing has amplified since I have been working at Turning Point, being around people. Hi, Jen. Oh, hi, Darla. Hi, Jen. I'm going to go ahead and invite a couple people that I know said they wanted to come on tonight. This is going to be short and sweet because I have an 8 o'clock call that I need to do. But a couple weeks ago we did, first of all, I want to tell you guys about a couple conversations I had today at work. We're at Turning Point that were amazing. And like, again, I don't think I'll ever want to go back to work just by myself. We have to have people. And I know some of you might be like, oh my God, whatever. I want to work at home. You know, it's these 3 tips I'm going to like give you guys tonight. If that's what you're saying, if you're saying, oh my God, though, I don't like to be around people, or like, not that I don't like to be around people, but like, this training tonight is going to be for anyone that you've done a good amount of healing. And I don't want to stay stuck in our healing, okay? I'm going to start this training out like that. The soul relaunch, what I think makes it different is that we don't have to heal first and then have what we want. Like, we can have what we want while we are healing. Matter of fact, we're never going to stop healing. It's never going to stop. So if you're saying right now, I want to start a business and make $1 million, but I have to heal, or I want to start dating again, but I have so much trauma and I just can't do it. Like, I'm not mocking anybody that has a lot of, but I want to ask you, just because I am a coach and I'm your coach right now. How long have you been saying that? How long have you been saying, I will do that thing when I, heal from that thing that happened 20 years ago? Or when I have less anxiety, then I will put myself out there with my message. Because the way that conversations are going that I've been talking to lately, and the clients that I'm working with now, they're all like, Nikki, I've healed. I'm ready now. Not healed all the way. They know they're not healed all the way. But like, they've gotten their mindset to this place where they're in control. They feel pretty in control of their thoughts. They're able to see evidence of them having an influence on their reality. And now they're like, what am I here to do? And what am I here to do specifically? And can I make money with it? Those are where my conversations are going. We're going to dive into money more. I said that last year, but now I feel really, really good with where I'm at with money. So we're going to dive into discovering purpose and making a plan on how to share that message as a light worker. Okay. In a couple weeks ago, we did clearing the energetic field, 3 days of it, where we worked on the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart. And so we worked on the first 4 chakras, right? So today at Turning Point in my meditation, we did the 3rd eye. And now, so once we go through the bottom 4 chakras, we start to have fun in our throat chakra, our 3rd eye, and our crown. These are the spirit chakras. The throat is where we start to actually speak our truth, and like, we give our opinions, and we're open for ideas, and we start to share them, and maybe you'll get up and do a live. I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I did this tonight. 3 ways to fake it till you make it. That's what this is about. Tonight, you're going to learn 3 things that I do still all the time, but 3 ways that, or things for you to do right now every day that'll keep you connected with your higher self. Because guess what? That's how all the ideas start flowing. When we're in alignment with our true self, which is when we feel love, when we feel happy, when we're excited, when we're in appreciation, that is our true nature. And when we are in that space, let me ask you, if you've ever been trying to think of like an idea or even maybe somebody's name, okay, I don't know, but you know how you like are blocked. Maybe if you're a writer, I talked to somebody today, he's a writer, and he's been feeling blocked writing. And how I helped him move out of that was for him to stop thinking about it. And he got out of resistance, and he did things that lit him up. He went and he took a walk in nature, and the idea flowed to him. Because when we feel stuck, it's because we are overthinking. I've been stuck like nonstop lately, okay? So this is me. But I am going to share with you guys how I'm pretty well able to stay in a consistent space or place connected with my higher self. Like, meaning that I have a pretty high vibration frequency, like all the time. But I mean, except for like this last week, if anybody works at Turning Point, you guys know it's kind of stressful. But other than that, I have it down pretty well to know my default way of being, just the way I exist in the world, is a higher vibration frequency, and people feel it. And there's 3 things I do all the time that does that. And so what that's going to do, it's also going to support you in creating your reality. Okay? There's 2 things you need to know. You are the creator of your reality. You are not your thoughts. You are the thinker of your thoughts. But your experience of life, you influence that with your energy. And so I think what we do around here in the Soul Relaunch is really focus on our energy, like the energy we're coming from. That has been my focus from day one when I started the Soul Relaunch. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this because I got to be off here at 8. Hi, Cassie, Ariana. Hi, Thomas, whoever's on here. So let's get going. So 3 steps to really, it's also about reinvention. You guys can talk about three tips for, faking it till you make it, 3 tips for reinvention, 3 tips for staying in alignment or staying connected with your higher self. I don't know what I'll name this. I just have these 3 tips that keep me, that number 1, it helped me begin to embody my next level energy, or like who I was becoming. These 3 things sped that up, or like it helped me, because every day what we're doing is when we're in intentional conscious like co-creation of our life, manifestation, it is that we are aware of the vibration frequency we are emitting. And thoughts, right? Energy follows thought. So our thoughts are what emit that energy, right? So it's mindset. And I'm mastering mindset coaching this year. And I have, when we do our challenge on the 26th, June 26th, I'm having a masterclass July 1st. And it's going to be all about you discovering your purpose and then making a plan. But then also like starting to reprogram, and not starting because you've already been doing it, but new tools for reprogramming your subconscious mind, because that's what we're doing around here. With mindset, it's really just allowing those repressed memories and things to come up, but also your magic, like uncovering what's supposed to come out, okay? So, today I had amazing conversations, and this is what was created from those conversations, what I'm going to share with you guys. So first of all, like, I'm so grateful for what I'm doing in the world. Like, I'm so grateful to be at Turning Point. I'm grateful to have had the 3 years before, going back into like a workplace to reinvent who I was, right? I did a bunch of healing. I had an awakening. I did a bunch of healing. Then I got into my transformation, and I just started following what lit me up. Okay, so this is one of my tips. That's not what it is specifically, but like I just started to pay attention to feeling good, and I get some backlash from this with some new clients that I've had of like, but if I just walk around pretending that I feel good, no, you don't pretend. You really do feel good. You really do learn to let shit go, surrender, and fucking start focusing on what actually matters and not the drama, right? That's the mindset work. That's the very beginning. Are like, we are noticing that we are not our stories, right? We are not our behaviors. We are not, we can change our habits. It's really that place of awareness. And if this is where we always have to come back to, is to become aware of what's not working in our life, like what we are struggling with, because that's where the mindset blocks are. Is if we are not happy, then we are trying to control something we can't control, which is my first tip. But hold on. So first, just saying I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Turning Point, and there's a reason that I'm there. There's a reason that I came upon this opportunity that I literally like didn't, it just came to me. And then I had to like beg, like ask for it for weeks. But like, for me to be making money in different ways, just like I said a year ago, right? That was one of my goals, of having some passive income, having income from, like, I'm making the most money I've ever made. And that is all, and I'm doing it like I'm doing it, right? I'm not expecting, like, I know nobody's coming. I think that's one of the like top mindset shifts, is like, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody is coming to be like, hey, let me pay your bills. Nobody's coming to say everything's going to be all right. Nobody's coming. It's on you and your higher power, right? And it's on us. And so to know that I got to this place, not because there's no fear. I feared the whole time. I actually almost gave up a couple times. I still some days when like, what am I doing? Who am I to be up here teaching and coaching and putting myself out here like this? And who am I to be doing all this? That comes up all the time. All the time, every day. Like the coaching call I'm going to be on after this, it's going to be a big one for me. And like, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so that ego, those fears are going to be there all the time. They're not going away. And never. So just like maybe write that down of like, nobody's coming, and the fear is not going to go away. So the only way the fear goes away is when you call it out. When I call it out and say, this isn't even real. Like, this fear is not, it's an illusion. And so me being exactly where I'm at, doing what I'm doing, helping the people I'm helping. Today I did a workshop and we were like packed full. And I did the third eye and I taught on the chakras to like 15 people in a room. That is what I've worked for. And even more, which this is how energy works, it makes a ripple effect, that there was another group circle going on, and one of the girls shared her beliefs in the circle of like, yeah, I'm learning Reiki, and this other guy was like, oh, you're going to go to hell, you know, I don't want God not to love you. So he started to judge her for her beliefs, and guess what happened? I was like, I loved this story. Because I asked the girl, I was like, what did you do? What did you do when someone tried calling you out for your beliefs? And she was like, I didn't have to do anything. There were other people in the circle who came in to defend her, like, for doing Reiki. You guys, this is like, that's a shift in consciousness. That's a shift in society to be like, oh my gosh, people are telling a Christian. And I'm sorry, I love Christians. I love you guys. But I mean, there was one specific person who was a Christian that was telling someone else it was evil. And everybody jumped in, and they didn't like attack this person, but they were like, hey, whoa, we all can believe what we want. And I just got like, I almost cried when I heard that because I know that I have something to do with, I mean, I do. That's not my ego. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for doing this. And that's what I want for you. Like, I want this to flow over. And so this is what I'm going to be really working on in like coaching and teaching with, because that's where a primary of my clients are like, look, I want to know what I'm here to do, and I want to know how I'm supposed to do it. And and then the second thing I wanted to talk about real quick before I give these 3 tips that are going to help you stay connected with your higher self, and it's also going to help you step into reinvention. Okay, it's going to be in your throat, your third eye, your crown. These chakras is what we're going to be working with. But I want to talk about what mindset coaching is really quickly. Like, I want to throw it in here. I know we're kind of like with the intuitive stuff and the, feeling good, which with our intuition. But mindset, like as a mindset coach, I am here to help you change your strategy of how you get things in your life. Like, there is a way that we get anything. We have a strategy for brushing our teeth. We have a strategy for for dating, right? We have a strategy for getting ready in the morning. We have our habits. So like as a mindset coach, I help you. We discover the blocks that are keeping you from being that person that you need to be to reach the goals. Like, that's why I will never go without a mindset coach ever in my life again. Like, I think we need to have them from the time we leave high school, maybe even before, to show, like, I show people what's in their brain and like how to think differently. Like, I show them how they're thinking, and then we figure it out, and we think differently. And then you integrate those into your life, and then that gets you to where you want to go. And so I just wanted to talk about that, of like what problems it solves. So it solves if you are in a behavior and you're not sure why you can't do something. So like recently I felt really stuck. So I had a mindset coach. She's asking me questions because when we're in the jar, we can't read the label. Okay. And so this is why coaching is such a goal. Like, it's an industry that I wish that it was talked about more. Like, it's amazing because we can't see our shit. So she asked me questions, and I'm like, okay. And when someone else asks you questions, it's just different than answering them yourselves. Do you guys understand what I mean? As far as, clearing the blocks that are keeping us from moving forward or staying the same. Right? It's mindset. As a mindset coach, I help you embody change, like the change that's going to like suit your highest good. Okay. And so it's like to work through identity to find out who you are now, right? Because we evolve. Also your purpose, going through change, healing from the past, right? Like it's all here. Everything, every mental thing that's going on, every mental, just everything, okay? So, saying that, I really want, because this is when my awakening happened, and I didn't know what happened to me, what had happened is this. These unconscious beliefs, these subconscious beliefs that I thought were my actual reality, like you can't see them being different. Once I was shown that they didn't make me feel good. So if anyone, I know someone's in recovery here right now because I met her there. And when you're in addiction, you think that every thought, even in anything, not just addiction, but you think that like every thought is facts. And like when I started, and you think that if you do something wrong, that's us doing something wrong. We broke a law, right? Like, and I'm trying to think of like, if we don't go to church and our parents want us to go there, we are the bad child, right? That's what they say. We're the bad child. If you ever heard that when you were younger, then you're going to grow up thinking that. Mindset coaching like helps you move through those, change those stories like that, okay? And therapy can do that too, but sometimes therapy's amazing. But in therapy, if you have really like deep trauma that you can't be functional and like you can't even be like productive through your day and like your life, and you rely on, you're just not functional, that's where therapy comes in, right? Um, so so mindset coaching was a key to getting where I'm at now, is my point, right? Me working with my mind, and then this helps me with my energy. It all starts here. So it only makes sense I'm a mindset coach, because that's where it is. And today, all three of the conversations I had, it ended with mindset. Our mind is more powerful than a nuclear weapon. I might name this video, the thing you have on the nuclear weapon you have on your shoulders. Because I'm telling you, you guys, when we figure this out, when we figure out what is holding us and like our programming and conditioning, it's just amazing. It's like, so, now I feel the best I've ever felt, and I do it, right? I still get depressed, but I get myself out of it because I know I put myself in it, and it's a story that I'm telling myself. Same thing with stress. If I notice myself stressing out, I will come back to these three things, the three things I'm going to tell you. Okay. So, I'm also working within purpose and meaning. I have, my relationships are healthier. I don't have drama in my life now, like almost zero, no drama. I just don't do drama, and I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have time for it. Like, there's things going on, you guys. Like, the world, if you've noticed, kind of needs a little help, right? So why do we want to just focus on drama and stress and like what we're not getting? And then part of the Soul Relaunch too is about reality creation, being the co-creator of your reality, all the time. Like, you're literally always doing that. Okay, so number one, so the first tip, and this is what I did, okay, that helped me embody this next version, this evolved version of myself, was I created the Soul Relaunch. Let me explain. Okay, I created a space. I created the Soul Relaunch private Facebook group in 2020, March of 2020, 3 years ago. So I had a safe space. Oh my God, my phone's going to die. A safe space to be real in, to not be judged, to be vulnerable and share my story. Okay. So what I did really though, underneath that, is I took control of an experience. I wasn't feeling safe in my relationship. I couldn't be real with my parent, with my friend, my current friends, or like whatever. Well, yeah, I did, my best friend, but my family, because I was like, what the fuck's happening? I'm in this, like, I don't know, nothing resonated, but also the relationship I was in, you guys know, like, I didn't have a safe space to just be who I am. And one of my gifts is my voice. Is talking and channeling and just being this energetic presence. I don't know, whatever I am, presenter. Like, that was dying to come out of me, but I was just in the not beginning of my recovery, but pretty close. I'd been like a year into it, and my confidence wasn't there. Like, I just edged in. Okay, so tip one, like, as much as possible, stay in the feeling of being in control of your life. So right now, if you don't feel like you're in control, there are things that you're in control of. You just aren't paying attention to them. You're in control if you smile or not. You're in control who you text. You're in control of what clothes you put on. You're in control of how you do your hair. You're in control of, driving somewhere. Right? So right now, if you're not feeling like you're in control, and also if you're feeling just not, good, you're not feeling in control, pay attention. And these are 3 things I do all day long, every day, you guys. Like, I wake up in the morning, and so the thing is this, when we feel anxious or when we're stressed out, it's because we're trying to control something we can't control, okay? So the first one is, create a safe space to take the mask off, for you to be vulnerable. This is literally in connection with your higher self. When you're not fearing judgment, when you're not sad, when you're not stressed, when you're happy and excited and when you're there, all of that magic and information from your higher self and intuition is going to flow into you. So you have to create that space. And however that looks like for you. Maybe it's not a private Facebook group. Maybe it's just a room at your house where people know not to go in. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's me. Like, sign up for a call and let's have a call, because I will hold that space for you. But you need to know that you control that. Like, that is not, like, that is how we create. Because right now, this level version of you might not do that. But another thing that I did was I did events. I signed up for live events, and I just did them anyway, meaning I had to go and teach in front of a bunch of people I didn't know. Darla was there a couple times. I did a bunch last summer and the year before. And the first time I did that, I was scared shitless. But that day, something took over me each day that I would do an event all summer. I think I did like 3 or 4 the first summer. I think I did 3 last summer, and then I'm getting ready to do another one July 8th. But like, when I get into that, it's something comes out of me. It's because I'm connected to my higher self. And here's why. Because I am committed to service of I'm committed to service. I'm committed to loving myself in that moment. I'm also committed to joy, right? And gratefulness, inspiration, right? But I'm backed. So what spiritually aligned action is backed by joy, service, and inspiration. So how you know if you're taking action from ego is when you're in fear, or you're doing it because you're afraid that if you don't hurry up and do it, someone else is going to get it. I'll give you another example of this. When at those events, and I don't know if anybody that's on here is at them, or like is another vendor, but 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of competition going on. And I would get messages of like, oh my God, I'm so nervous because of the competition. And I would have to be like, look, there is no competition. So I'm going to add that on here. There is no competition with us. We each bring something that no one else can bring. So when you can connect to that place, so like when I would show up to those events, and you can even give yourself an alter ego if you want. Mine was Octavia. Give yourself an alter ego. But the point is, and Thomas, if you're on here, a guy, come up with an alter ego, like Sasha Fierce. She does that so she can embody that high level of confidence and sexiness and excitement and just like all of the things. And it's to feel that energy shift. And it's when you're able to just let it all go, like, you know what? Or for a bigger purpose. I'm helping raise the vibration of the planet. I'm helping people feel better. Versus, who am I to show up and do this? I'm not good enough. Like, what feels good? Like, and if right now you're having a hard time with this, like, what does it matter? What does it fucking matter at all? What does any of this matter? No, it doesn't. Okay, 2, because I do have to go. 2 is focus on feeling good all day, every day. All day, every day. When you have therapy or coaching sessions, that is when we can dive into your stress and drama. But other than that, your focus all day, every day is to feel good. Meaning you feel appreciative, you're grateful, tap into gratefulness, you love yourself, right? If you don't love yourself, do some self-forgiveness work. We're moving a little bit out of the deeper healing, and we're going to get into the transformation part, like the ascension part, manifesting part, the part of maintaining a higher vibration so you attract more abundance and more opportunities, and you literally become a channel for divine information, right? We're light workers. And so feeling good, your vibration is up here. Again, this is not bypassing. This is not acting like, oh, I'm going to act like I'm happy all the time. No, you are just genuinely grateful to be alive and here. And you're not trying to be anyone. You're not trying to impress anyone. You drop all expectations. You allow, and this is my third tip. So 1, create safe space. You got to do it. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody's coming. 2, focus on feeling good, and I'll give you the vibrational scale. So then every day when you wake up, you won't feel good sometimes waking up. That's why we do the mindful mornings. But during the day, if somebody triggered you, like, okay, I feel jealous. All right, I'm just going to go up a couple more. I'll do a training on the vibrational scale because that was one of my biggest like tools during my healing, so I could see where my energy was throughout the day. And then if like you are in control, I promise you, and then it's gauged by your thoughts. That's how we move our mood up and down. Third, ready, is to accept people where they're at. Allow everybody to be exactly who they are without needing them to be anything else. And listen, just exist. What's coming up for everybody? I know but just for one day do this. One day, just one day, go through the whole day with just like accepting everybody where they're at. Don't expect anything. If somebody disappoints you, just say, I love you anyway. I know you're doing your best. Some beliefs that'll help you with that right there, with accepting others, is that everybody is doing the best they can. That is a fact. Because if people could do better, they would do better. Everyone you know is doing the best they can with the knowledge and the resources that they have available to them, including you. So when you believe that, you're like, oh, okay, I know they're doing their best. Like, I'm done nagging. I'm done bitching. I'm done complaining. Because when you bitch and complain, right, where's our vibration? Like, when we are focused on what people aren't doing for us, guess what they're doing? That's what they're doing to us. However we treat other people, that's how they treat us. That's how we see people treat us. Now, in the beginning, when you're just transmuting your energy like this, it's going to be you're going to throw people off, but because you're going to have different response. Like if people are used to you freaking out about stuff, which this is how I used to be, when I stopped, but when I slowed that down and I started to be present and aware of how I was responding to things, it threw people off. Or when I started to just tell the truth and be honest instead of people pleasing, they were like, what the fuck? And I need to think of an example right now. But anyway, I don't see any comments because I'm on my phone. I don't know if you guys have made any, and I'm really sorry. I'll have to look at them afterwards. But I just want to share those three with you. Okay. So those three things, if you tonight work on creating a space, how can you feel safe? Or who is someone you know that doesn't judge you? They don't expect you to be any certain way. You can be vulnerable with them. Do you have that person in your life? Or can you make that space? Start a Facebook group. Start a private one. Let's work together. You come and have a call with me. You can come to Turning Point and come to my things there. Just find one place that you can just be like, ugh, and take the mask off. Because if you can't find that place, you're not going to be able to heal very fast because you're going to your body's like this, okay? So fake it till you make it. If you want to play pretend, call it that. Who cares? Pretend, because that's who you're evolving into, right? That's who you want. So once you do this for a little while, once you get into the habit of of these three things, focus on how you feel all the time. Be obsessive with it. Once you do that, your energy, other things will start happening. Okay? Other things, your relationships are going to get a little bit less stressful. You're going to start to have ideas and divine guidance. This is how your higher self will literally guide you. And that is how I'm at Turning Point. These three things. And I'm sure there's more, and I'll share them later. But this is how I receive guidance. This is how I follow what lights me up. That's probably the fourth one. To take action on things that are like a hell yes. So, but if you don't know that within your body, then that's you just need to be present in your body for longer. It takes consistency and repetition. This is not short-term transformation. This is long, the rest of your life. Your life is changing when you do these things. Okay? So, all right. I love you guys. I got to get off here. I don't know. I can't see your comments. I'm sorry. If you have questions. Okay. In June 26th, I'm going to do a 5-day challenge. We're going to do the emotional empowerment, but it's going to be about discovering your purpose and making a plan to make money with that. I want to help you guys make more money. I just do. And I'm just going to put it out there. I want to help you heal your relationship with money to the point where I've healed it, and then start attracting that abundance, because that's what you're doing. Okay? So I love you guys. All right, June 26th, I'll give you the link.